we want to see it at the table with.
Good luck, guys.
select.
All right, welcome everyone to our County Powers Board meeting. It is February 5th, 2026. Brian Weber was able to give everyone the minutes. He sent those out via email and provided a copy here today. Does anybody have any issues with the minutes?
Move to approve.
Have a motion to approve by Chuck, have a second by Dave. Those minutes carried. Brian, we are going to continue to capture that AI transcript with the meeting, so we're gonna get that to you again as well.
Okay, yeah, that's, it's helpful to read, but I think just that document's probably not.
Yeah, it fills some gaps maybe for you, but not a permanent fix, so, all right, thank you. All right. We'll move on to public or guest input. John, I know you're here. Do you have anything at this time with BMX?
We're closed right now, so nothing. Just trying to touch base with Rich on approval.
Oh, we're moving forward with it. I think it looks like we're gonna be okay.
Well,
Here.
from the plan commission standpoint,
They just wanna look at the drainage. They don't see a problem.
good.
Speaking with Rich.
Tim, could you talk to Chuck real quick privately?
I'll talk to you after the meeting.
Or I guess after the meeting, okay. I didn't know if you were.
But I do need those dates for the visitors center.
I actually had, I inputted everything, so yes, I will have you an email.
It's still not on the website either.
USA BMX, it should be.
Welcome. Yeah.
I was looking at your guys' website.
No, yeah, ours is, I'm still working on
So basically, we're just waiting to hear from the drainage board.
it. Right, and just tell me
We're
what,
gonna take it from the drainage board.
They're going to take it in front of the drainage board. Okay. So that means probably we'll have to visit on site and do some type of survey probably.
Because we're not building a building, it's probably gonna be okay.
Yeah, it's.
Okay.
It's pretty much the word digging.
It totally changes everything
Yes.
if you're not putting up a structure.
Right. Which makes sense. It's just moving a little dirt. So,
a lot of dirt.
well, yeah.
We don't need to tell them.
Well, like we talked about last time, to look at how the drainage and what that's, so they may points to stormwater possibly. They don't.
They've already done that for that area.
So
it should be no problem.
it's when they.
Do you have any other questions for us, John? Do we
We're
have
good.
any questions for BMX at this point?
We do have to schedule a meeting with the visitor center before March 6th.
Rich, you just tell me the time,
Fair
date and
enough,
time.
I'll get it done.
That's it. That's all you gotta do is tell me.
So
I'll
we
be
can
there.
bring it in front of the sports advisory board.
Yep.
And the purpose of that meeting is just to kind of,
Set up the dynamics of what the visitor center can do for them from a marketing standpoint. Then we can make sure the community's prepared for that and all that.
and I assume we'll maybe plant the seed about a national tournament at that point as well.
Correct.
All right.
And I will have some more paperwork, because I've actually reached out to the potential, income and everything else. I've already given it to you once, but I think we're gonna have more information for that.
And you're waiting to pull that information from Fort Wayne too, once they have their,
Well, once they're national, but
Yeah.
if I have a meeting with March, it's gonna be before their national,
Right.
but I can have pretty much a ballpark.
well, one thing I want to tell you is we do appreciate you coming into the meetings. I know you don't have to, but it's very nice that you're here representing BMX. I know it's part of our Dunn Stadium complex, but BMX has always kind of been that outlier. It's in there, but it's an outlier, but it's
Correct.
nice to be able to connect. Especially when we have more things going on and then do some planning and things. So thank you for being here.
Absolutely, thank you.
The communication's been way better.
Yeah, it's been very good. I mean, it never has been bad. It's just you being here continuously is a nice thing for us. And like I say, we've got that schedule, I think, that we need to get probably, once it's finalized, we need to get to as far as what activities are going on at Dunn. Unfortunately, we can't give you activities as much on the pickleball side, but we probably can figure that out too when we talk to Columbus Pickleball and some of the things that are going on
Right,
there.
and
So,
that's the thing, is that we're trying to work, because my goal is to build this to, like you said, a national level, but I also want the community to know we're a hidden gem that still, I don't believe is
No, I know people don't.
understand it and don't know it's there. So that's why I'm trying to stay involved, get involved with you guys. I really appreciate everything you guys do for Columbus BMX. That's the thing that, you know, me showing up is just to help you guys and for you to help me just expand. So I really appreciate everything you guys are actually doing for us as well.
Well, we try. Like I said, we always can't do everything, but we try our best to support.
You are doing a great job.
We succeed, so.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. That's for sure. All right. Well, anybody, anything else for John?
No, appreciate all you do.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Sean.
Appreciate it. Okay, we'll move on to staff reports. Was Adam gonna be here today,
No.
Rich? No Adam? Okay, so we're good with Adam. I think things pretty much status quo done right now as far as his end. No Cora today.
I think, Adam mentioned last meeting, had 22 or 24 days or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You were out to a good start.
Yeah.
yeah.
And all,
We did fill a pickleball date.
hey. So I'll go ahead and address this now. We won't have to address it later. I have to be determined by Heflin Park. Rich and I sat down with, two people on Monday, with an interview. And then next Monday, we interview three more people. And we'll probably, after meeting with those 5 people, come up with a candidate that we'll probably bring before the board, that in the next cycle, which would be March, with an action plan to try to bring those people on board.
Glad to hear you had some interest.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
we were a little bit more aggressive. We got it out there. We had some definite things. So right now we're going to interview 2. There's definitely a front runner right now between the 2, but we haven't, the next 3. There's one person in particular, that it piques my interest just by his resume. Some of the background that he had in just nature and,
actually, we got
Construction.
one that's got a better resume than that.
okay, so there you go. The
No,
biggest,
just reach out, I guess.
yeah, so it's been helpful. So
They
we're,
may not go, but
Yeah.
they look promising.
one thing that's nice Rich has done is when he's contacted them, he's reached back out to them and actually sent them the financials, and nobody's walked away from it. I think sometimes when you saw, and I think, to be honest with you, that our first people we interviewed, they've kind of changed my thinking. They're not a manager as much as they are a camp host.
That's a great description.
It's a great
I thought it was
It
too.
really is.
Yeah.
It's a perfect description.
So it changed my thinking on, if we have to do this again at some point, we're gonna be hiring a camp host at Heflin Park, not a
I like that.
Yeah,
manager.
smart.
So, but camp host is what we're
We
shooting
didn't
for.
even talk about that.
No,
I
it's
took the
just-
same thing away.
Yeah, so I thought that was good. So anyway, we're well on our way of getting someone that I think will be suitable.
And I'll have the contracts ready too.
Yeah.
That we're already working on them, get them ready. All we do is gotta plug the name into that one.
Thanks for the extra effort, Dennis.
Sure, we're working on it. We'll come up with hopefully somebody good. All right, if not, I'll blame Rich. We'll go to board member input. Kim, you walked in, you're here. Do you have anything for us?
No, I don't think anything came at the last meeting, so we're good.
We mention anything about?
We'll talk after.
All right. Thank you. Dave Apple, our board treasurer, what do you have, Dave?
I don't have anything at this time. We just kind of moving along.
It's that time of the year, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jim's not here this evening. Chuck, do you have any, Chuck Wells, our board vice president, do you have anything?
No, if we got any updates from Austin, maybe
No, I have our meeting with them Monday.
on Monday.
Yep.
Okay, if you could just send an email to the group.
Yep,
just
yep.
updates.
Who's this?
Zach ate the.
Oh,
the-
5-year master plan.
I'll just go through some of my stuff and then you can kind of backfill off your stuff. One thing, talking about the first thing with business, current business or outstanding business, I know you said that he was gonna reach out to members of board talk. I still haven't talked with him yet.
He's already talked to you.
He talked to us collectively, but we didn't have individual meetings.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
not
I
sure
think
what-
we said that last time.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what his expectation was for that. I think maybe since you're meeting with him on Monday, Why don't you just say, hey, I need you to set up a phone call with each board member for 20 minutes
Yeah, I think our input would be,
individually.
yeah, I know we talked,
Expected it.
yeah, we were, I think we were expecting.
Sorry, just said that. I mean, we're paying him a fee for service. He can do it.
10 to 15 minutes personal and,
Yeah.
yeah.
He already has all your information too, so.
Right, so just tell him, we want him to reach out to each individual, 15-minute conversation.
And I guess to add on to that, we just don't want, I'm calling you, what do you want? I mean, to have something that's gonna be valuable for the master plan.
Yeah, like if he, so to add to that, if, since you're gonna talk to him on Monday, I think it's okay then for, after you talk to him and he says, sure, I'll set that up. Maybe you can shoot us a note and tell us how we can prepare for that conversation.
That's,
If there's, gotcha, if we need to be thinking about, okay, what are the assets we need to, anything he can tell us to make the conversation more productive.
just him calling us saying, okay, well, tell me what we need.
That's a good point.
Efficient use of the time.
Yes.
Well, that was one of the questions I was gonna have for him next time. We hadn't talked about the time frame for the next 5 years, where we wanna go. And I'm using it as an example, somewhere in the next 5 years, we gotta replace the bathroom and have, that's the kind of stuff we hadn't had that conversation.
Yeah. That's a big one for the 5-year plan.
It's gotta happen.
Yeah.
But also, the sewage has gotta happen too,
Yeah.
to
So
expedite that.
that's happened first.
Right, okay. So plant that seed with Zach 8, and then we'll move from there. Okay, the Newton Park Shelter House, just to clarify, we talked about this last time. We're really shooting for April 29th at 5:45 at Newton for the dedication. If we can't do it on the 29th, there's a makeup date for May 4th. Unfortunately, Rich can't be here on that day, but be honest with you guys, I picked it the date I could be available. So, okay, there you go. So there we go.
Could be interesting.
I will be there.
All right, so April 29th, try to shoot for that. Okay.
Fishing pole.
Do we have any information on our new truck status?
Yeah, wait down one more bit, cause it took a while to get it to go through the fleet at the one Dodge place.
Who have you heard from so far?
Fletcher's and Pointer.
So you didn't hear from Mike, but what, did we spec it as a particular model?
Yeah, Dodge,
Okay, so we did spec a Dodge.
yes.
And we didn't hear from Columbus?
I will not deal with Columbus.
What's their problem?
They are a nightmare. I honestly personally have had nothing but heartaches with them. And if Fred was still involved, I would go over there, but he really didn't involve me.
Okay, I bought all my stuff there. I
Yeah,
didn't have a
I
problem.
thought,
I just have a hard time with it. We went in there and we did go there. And they said, oh, we'll just beat anybody by $1,000. I said, well, I need it in writing. And they're like, well, we ain't got time for that today. So I ain't got time for you.
Well, if you run into a shortage, let me know.
Thank you.
Okay, like I said, the next thing was Heffel Park interviews. We've already talked about that. Okay, one discussion that's gonna take a little bit of time. Hopefully, I wrote some things down today, but hopefully maybe expedite and speed this up. I'll tell you what I'm thinking. Wood at Heflin. We don't have to worry about Tony and Lisa and all that kind of stuff because Rich indicated that most of that wood that was cut and split has been sold. So we're gonna start from scratch. So we're not gonna worry about the past.
Great.
We're gonna worry about now.
Great.
Okay. I don't like to read to you guys, but I did some stuff today. I kind of want to just read through this if you don't mind me doing this.
Real quick question for you, sir.
Yes.
Wasn't there some communication or documentation, Facebook pages, things like that, about people contacting like Lisa for sales? We did that, but yeah.
You mean in terms of Lisa having access to that Heflin Park?
Well, I think there was, some things I think she had on her page that contact her for firewood and.
Yeah, that got changed to Tony.
Okay.
And, he was handling it all till we decided what to do. We never really decided.
So do you have the login information for that page?
No.
She claims she forgot.
No, the Facebook page, yeah, she can't access it to
It's
cancel
still
it.
sitting there.
Yeah.
Tony had like a little thing where they could scan it and it would send them an order.
Get like a
Had
QR
nothing to do
code
with
or something.
Facebook, huh?
Get a QR code or something.
QR code, yeah.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were talking about.
We're done with that.
You got rid of all
We're
that.
starting, well, I don't know if we got rid of it.
Okay.
It's probably
We've got
still
a
out
lot.
there, but we're going to have a process moving forward.
Got
Okay, so I hate to, like I said, when I don't know something, I have to look it up and put it down on paper so I can familiarize myself with this.
Okay.
When someone says a cord of wood, what does that mean to me? I didn't know. Cord of wood is 4 foot high by 8 foot wide by 4 foot deep. That was consistent across the board from what I could do my research on. A full cord is 128 cubic feet of wood. Typically yields about 100. No.
Totally been using
No,
it.
I didn't
Dennis,
use
I
that.
could have told
I'll
you
wait
that
for the
from
picture
down
of
home.
home second.
100 to 150 small camping bundles, assuming each bundle contains about 6 to 9 small split pieces, approximately 0.75 to 1 cubic foot per bundle, enough to fill a milk crate or pre-made template box. So if you fill up a milk crate box, that's gonna be about 6 to 9 small pieces. My suggestion, or so, Lowe's, if you go on their website, they sell a 0.65 cubic foot firewood. It's a block of pieces of wood with a handle staped in it, wrapped with plastic. They're selling that for $8.98 a piece. So if we're starting fresh, if we have logs or trees that have fallen, we need to figure out, we need to pay by the cord for someone to process that wood. If that's Tony, so be it. If it's somebody else, so be it. Cut, split, stacked. Assign a dollar amount for each cord processed. So if he does 3 cords, that's what we're gonna pay him for.
So. Pardon me for asking. I ask my guys to do a lot. I'm like, you want a job description? I'll give you a job description.
Right.
It changes as needed.
Yeah.
So my point is.
All other assigned duties.
Right. So we already have park staff. We already have people working on mowing and all these other things. Why do we need to pay someone else to do that and rather than make that part of somebody's responsibility?
I just
We
think,
sell
Do
concessions
we have the
at Dunn.
bandwidth for that?
We sell concessions at Dunn. We get a share of the revenue.
we have a hard time between the months of March and May mowing grass, let alone chopping up wood.
Right, we could be doing that right now, but
Well, but things fall in the spring, things fall in the summer when they're busy. I can understand manpower might be an issue.
If we have a person on site that can do it and do it freely, and they are a county parks employee, they're our parks employee. So
right, I
we're,
mean, they're not doing it for free. We're paying them an hourly wage to do work for us. Whether it's weed eating, whether it's mowing.
but he hasn't even started yet until his job doesn't even start until what, April? And we'll be open by then. I mean, he'll have 18 days to do all that, which he couldn't get done in that amount of time.
I understand they're handling axes and things like that, but aren't there some older Boy Scouts working toward their Eagle Scout that this would be a service project for them?
It's not a bad idea.
To be honest with you,
It's hard to come
I'm
for
sure if we set up a volunteerism thing to cut wood.
I don't think I want the liability.
Interested in doing that for our
I don't think I
volunteers.
want the liability.
But I'm on the Boy Scout part, I'm skeptical on the liability.
I know you wouldn't want 13-year-olds. I was thinking some of the there's not a ton of them, but those that are working toward an Eagle Scout.
Dennis, do we have any idea like how many?
Research shows, and I've placed a call to the place in Seymour that does mobile wood splitting. It's Elite Grounds. I'm waiting for a phone call back. If they'll even call back, who knows? Research showed that around $200 for wood that is on site, not them bringing wood on. And you have this look on your face like,
Yeah.
We just have to use what's there.
so $200 per cord for cut and split only. That's not stacking. Stacking is an additional $25 to $80. Realistically, anywhere from between $300 and $600 for a full service cord of wood on site. Cut, split, stacked for a
How
quarter
many
wood.
bundles does that give us?
They estimate between 6 to 9 small pieces under a cubic foot, like I said, enough to fill up a milk crate. That's about 100 to 150 out of a cord of wood. Cut into those pieces. A gas station bundle, standard bundle is usually less than a cubic foot and weighs between 20 and 30 pounds. Bundles of firewood at gas stations typically cost between 5 and 15, with many commonly priced around $8 to $12. So we would have to establish what our cost per bundle of wood is going to be. If we decide that we want to compensate the can post, cans that compensate bundles of wood sold must assemble and package the bundles to sell and track the sales through our square. And then, of course, we would need to get some type of just, I don't know if you guys have seen this, it works really well. If someone is injured on the sideline and they have a bag of ice, they wrap it with that plastic wrap that's on a thing. That stuff sticks like a really good.
Oh, yeah.
You could use that to wrap around a bundle of wood and they're just all wrapped and ready to go. That stuff's pretty inexpensive to just do a simple wrapping. If we want them to be responsible, the can post for selling wood, we either can post receives a percentage of the sales or just a flat rate. If you sell a bundle of wood, you get $1.50 per bundle of wood that you wrap and sell. And then, of course, the rest of it would be the county parks board or county parks department. The rest of whatever if say we sell it for $10, they get $1.50. Then whatever's left or $2, whatever we decide, and we go from there.
Rich, where's your head on this?
I don't wanna be in the wood splitting business. I don't want my people to be, I've split enough wood in my life, I don't wanna do it.
Okay,
And,
But my opinion would be, we set it up, however, we're paid somebody to do that wood, and if the opportunity and manpower is available, then we could also do some in-house, save that cost. But based on what Dennis was saying, let's say we process $300 per cord, right?
Whatever we decide we want to pay a person, then that person has to be agreeable to it.
I think that'll be a tracking nightmare. My head is, one, we're charging $5 right now. We go to $8, we just split it down the middle, we get 4, he gets 4, and it's done. That's my opinion.
Do we have to collect sales tax on that?
No. Yes. Heavily, yes.
If you're talking $4
We
per
have to have a
bundle,
mechanism for that.
you get 150 per bundle, right? You know, then how much, because if we sold bundles for $750, 150 bundles is about $1,140. So if we put out $300 to process it, you're with profit.
And then if you're going to compensate the can post, but that part, I don't know if you do or not. Just because they're stacked, split stacked, that has to get from point A to the customer. So you don't want the customer to just go over there and grab the wood themselves. You don't want that. Somebody's got to bundle it to sell it. So I figured,
Split it and stack it too.
But what if you had a bucket, the size of a bucket that they had on site, and then they filled that bucket, then you knew it was exactly that size?
or like I say, milk crate, whatever.
Yeah, so then that way they can take it, so it doesn't have to,
Standard container,
correct.
whatever size.
Whatever we decide, this is $8 worth.
Yeah, I mean, my biggest concern is, it's all wonderful, but it still isn't cut, split, and stacked. Somebody's gotta do that, and somebody's gotta get paid for it. Whoever that may be. Tony, an outside vendor, like I said, I began the process of.
The host.
I don't see them doing that.
Yeah, but if you posted it something that, hey, I need somebody to just cut wood, then this is what I'm gonna pay. I bet there's gonna be somebody that would just go out there and cut it on their own time.
Well, I'm worried about the liability is that somebody needs to be bonded or something along those lines. That has some, that's
A tree cutting service then, basically.
yeah,
That's
I mean,
what-
that's what this company was, this Elite Grounds LLC. from Seymour.
Because there's a lot of woodcutters.
So I called, kind of late, at like probably 2:30ish or so this afternoon. I mean,
I guess where I am is, I like what Rich is saying, and anything you can do to simplify this, I'm all for it. I just don't know how you can actually get it packaged. My thing is, for a host for the park, is it really in his best time to be splitting, managing, doing that versus overseeing customer service, overseeing the finer details of Heflin, is that really where we want that person spending their time?
well, I mean, getting wood, it would be like if you were selling ice or you were, I mean, that's just kind of part of the park responsibility. Now, when they're not there, I don't know how they do the wood.
So what does the average camper go through? 2?
Probably.
What if we just made our campsites, it's a package campsite, price it, so the price of the wood is built in the site, they get 2 bundles by default, then that would cover most of them. They could buy additional, but it still take, like, then going into that day, who has sites, and each site gets so many pieces of wood.
And
The only problem with that is you would have people there going, I don't need the wood.
It's built into the price.
Yeah.
I mean, I get a hotel with a coffee maker, I never use that coffee maker. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just saying it's just built in the price. Just a thought, I mean,
That's,
that's got validity to it, except for the problem is, if we do it that way, how are we gonna pay somebody to get the wood, bring the wood, you see what I'm saying, we're adding on to the
The
host,
host. Already have the wood cut, have the host have it at their site.
how are we
ready to
gonna pay
run.
that person to cut it?
Well, in my opinion, I think we need to hire somebody to cut, stack, and bundle the wood. That way our host at the campsite, all he's got is the bundles to give out and collect money. That's it.
I don't,
Or, like she said, provide some of that with the campsite, they can buy additional.
And they don't have to necessarily bundle it then.
The
because you're giving
simplest
somebody
thing to do is to
pieces.
pay somebody to cut, stack, and wrap. Just bundle it up. Because to stack it, bundle it, yeah, you're adding a little bit more cost there. You're gonna have to pay somebody to do it, or somebody's gonna spend time to do it. I don't think the host time spent well doing that. Although they probably have some downtime, but
but
plenty of other tasks.
they're gonna be involved in a certain process because they have, if we sell it, they're gonna have to process the payment.
But that's part of the job description, like,
How much money are we talking about, Ned? We do this?
That's why I said, if you pay somebody to process a cord of wood, you know exactly what your cost is going to be instead of them just splitting a bunch of wood.
Right.
If you mark off, you put 4 stakes in the ground, a four, whatever I said, 4x4, and you make the stake up so high, if they fill that, that's a cord of wood, so we're gonna pay them approximately for that cord of wood. Not any more, not any less, it's for a cord of wood.
So then we pay them for that.
You pay them for that, and that's what
have
you
you
get in bundles.
ever went to buy wood by the cord?
No,
Usually what they'll do is they'll put stakes in the ground of that size. They'll stack it up to the top of the stakes, the width, there's your cord, right?
It's a
So if we
general,
pay-
it's a
so if we-
general.
yeah, I mean,
So if we pay somebody to process it that way, cut it, stack it into the cord, that way it's easy, it's okay, you got 1, 2, 3, you guys did 3 quarters.
Yeah.
We'll pay you for 3 quarters.
we know that, it's
And then if
easily
we did-
visible.
And then if we did that, like I said, like John's suggestion, somebody buys it, we could use the cellophane, or we just use a 5-gallon bucket, however many sticks in there, we have a set price for that. Easily delivered, and go off the stack, the host can throw over the bucket, deliver to, or they can come up and get it.
And then you also visibly verify, okay, we're down to half of one last cord, we gotta get somebody here to get us another cord.
Correct.
We know where we're at all times.
Yeah.
It's visibly seen. I feel like that's the way that we have the ability to control. Well, how much did you sell? I don't know. How much did you cut? I don't know. We don't have this guessing game of what all did you cut?
Okay.
Well, we've already said it. We want it doesn't take much to put things in the ground 8 foot tall, right? Or approximate, to say this is your cord. Or you put it,
Anytime I bought wood.
you put a tarp on the ground, it's 4x4.
That's fine and dandy, but the problem is setting up a cord rack is not a big deal, but now you gotta stack it twice. You gotta put it in the cord and then you gotta take it back to the back. Well, here's one cord, here's two cords, here's three cords.
What do you mean take it to the back?
If we just set up, one cord is probably one weekend.
Okay.
And then, you're
Why
like Fourth of
couldn't we
July and
work-
stuff,
Why
it's-
couldn't we work out of the cord racks? Is my thing.
Yeah.
Designate some
we
space.
could work out of a cord, but we'll have to build 25 of them.
We go through that much wood.
Yeah.
Again, how much money net after Dennis, your expenses of paying someone to do it, a revenue share with whoever? Annually, how much money? are we
Well, my
talking?
gosh, if you say we're selling cords of wood, does it really matter? I mean, we're gonna be, if we have to pay somebody, let's say we have to pay somebody $500 to do the whole thing. Stack it, wrap it, all that kind of stuff, and we send, $500, but someone just got this, if we start selling it for $800, if we got 100 sticks out of that cord, that would be $800. We sold it for $8. We're paying $500 for it. So there's a 300 profit for each one of those cords. And you're saying, how many cords you guess think we sold then?
20, at least, 25.
So there's your answer. That's 300 times 25.
That's worth it then.
That's
And I'm just using that as a cost
That's
estimate. I don't know if that's what it's gonna be. I
Yeah,
don't even know if there's anybody that does that.
that's worth it then.
So if you had 20, you were saying how much a cord?
If we paid someone that, what I saw, and like I said, I don't know, where do they come up with this stuff? I don't know, somebody said this, whoever I was reading said generally a full service situation, cut, split, stacked, that's not bundled. Anywhere from $300 to $600 to have somebody do that. Even if you paid $600 at the top end. And you sold it for $8.
Well, and I said $750 gives us $11.25 back, so if we paid $6, we'd make $500 off every.
And I don't know that it needs to be bundled, I agree, like we just,
I don't think we need to bundle it.
I think we just stack them in the cords
yeah.
and take a bucket. Here's your bucket. $8, whatever we're gonna charge.
We haven't been pulling it out of the woods.
I suggest we do this. I suggest we find out
Not
when
much.
Dennis, I'll hopefully get a call back,
Yeah,
find
I'll-
out what they would cost to do exactly
We
that.
have to get 3 quotes.
Split it, stack it into
I was struggling to find people.
I
The
know,
cord-
that's the problem with a lot of the work that we do
Yeah.
that.
see how much they would charge, and then we can see, okay,
Okay, and
what do we
then-
wanna set our price
So
at?
then, to go back,
And I got
Just
some
dead.
of the-
we've already had a person on site doing this work. Tony's been doing this for us for years.
He's
we
also
just-
been making,
Well, I don't know if he knows this or not. If he doesn't know, I guess we'd have to run it by him first. I don't know what his thoughts are, but if we already have a person who's already been doing it, why do we even need to go through the process of having to find somebody if they're agreeable to our terms?
well,
That's why I said, if you want $8, just split it for half of them.
that's what I'm saying, I make a deal with Tony, so for every cord you cut and stack into the.
We'll split it half with you, cause you're doing all, and he's delivering it too.
And he can do it.
But half's gonna be $500 to $600.
You cut into your profit.
He can
But
do
he's
it.
also splitting it, we're not paying for the splitting and stacking either.
That comes with splitting and stacking, right?
Yeah, if you pay somebody $300 to $600, it's a full service.
You're just not paying
Okay.
for delivery.
So that's $600. You said 800 for a cord, right?
Yeah, but the companies would be hiring would have to be coming on site with their own equipment to do all the work.
Okay.
But he doesn't have to do that. He's already there.
We can see if Tony say, hey, for every cord you process for us, cut and stack it, and then what we talked about, $500 or whatever price. See if he's agreeable to that.
Okay, but we need to make a decision. We need, because this is coming up. Unfortunately, we're already in February. We're gonna be
Let's do
selling. Can you come to him, someone come to an agreement on the cost?
Offer him
Do that.
$400 a cord, cut and stack. See what he says.
Unless you have a better idea, Rich. I mean, we gotta get this solved, but you're kind of have like the look, but I don't know what else to do.
I'm gonna do whatever you guys wanna do, it's just, I just think we should just call it $8 a bundle and split it with him half and half. He's delivering it, he's splitting it, we're still making half off it.
So you're saying for every bundle of wood,
We have to track that.
We would make $4 for every bundle, so $4.
I don't want him, what I'm getting at, is I don't want him involved in the sales. One person, the more people you have involved in sales, the more complicated it is. It needs to go through the office of whoever we have.
How
do the
much
sales.
cord?
Someone said 400, I'm
Split
open
the
to
stacks for
negotiation.
$400.
450, you know,
Yeah,
450,
see what he says at 4.
see what he says in 4.
He might counter and say 5, we might be agreeing with
Now,
5.
one thing we
I
don't
think
have,
that's reasonable, I think that's fair.
Cause I agree with Dennis, Tony doing everything, I don't think we're gonna see the money that we're supposed to see, that's just my thought.
we've been, well, I'm gonna tell you right now, we've been hosed for many years.
So
We've not gotten anything.
who's gonna be the bookkeeper in that?
The host.
The host.
The host.
The
That's-
host will be selling the wood. And I do like your idea
They will
about
be
the,
using
and I think
our
if we get a
process.
process going, that could be something we could do in the future. That is a great idea. At building that in, but like I said, there are some people that elect, why do I have to pay extra for my camp? Because we would have to raise the prices of our camp.
That's,
So along with, I think 4 to 450 is reasonable, and that takes care of that.
Okay.
I'm not gonna pay him.
He's an employee, right?
Yep.
So he's on W-2.
Yeah.
It doesn't preclude him, I believe, from being at 1099 for additional income.
We need to check that. I had that conversation with someone else today and they said I couldn't split somebody. I wanted to do that.
Or,
You can,
I don't know.
or
need to verify that.
it's gonna be an incentive for him and our camp host to be able to record the amount of wood they sell, so we know how much compensation, if we're going to do, if we're gonna split it half with him or whatever, or we're not gonna, we're just gonna, that's why I say giving him up, well, can't give it to him. Can we pay? We gotta figure out how we can pay.
It's profit sharing. It's sharing of the profits. It's like a bonus, like the way I look at it.
If we know how many, if we know how many things, if we know how many, if they're registering a sale every time, okay, we've sold. So we already said that we can probably get about 100 bundles out of a cord of wood. If they follow the measurements that are, it's 6 to 9 small pieces that can fit a milk crate. If we sell 100 and we do all that math, let's say they sell 500
$300.
bundles of wood,
It doesn't seem like enough.
and we know that's at $8 or whatever it is, you divide that by,
If it's $8, you get 100, you get 100 out of it's $800, right?
So we're only getting.
We're splitting it half of them anyway.
You gotta track the cords.
I agree. But the easiest way to do it is let him handle everything, and at the end of the day, it's a 50-50 split. It's the same thing either way.
Well, and I see your point, and I wouldn't have a problem doing that, but then, to your question, how do you pay him? I think Kim's suggestion was, the profit sharing, just, our host would have to track the sales,
I'll have to check with the auditor's office.
Yes.
have the host track the sales, and when he turns in at the end of the month, if we've sold 100 $8 bundles,
I mean,
we give Tony $400.
they turn in a deposit slip every Monday or Tuesday. So the proceeds from that could go to pay for, if we wanted to do it instantly. Okay, hey, from this day to this day, we sold this many bundles of wood, you get compensated for, I mean, that seems like an awful, it should just be settled once at the end of the year, at the end of the season. We sold this many bundles of wood, this is what your take is, done,
So the-
one time.
The only thing I have from a county council, Pat, is, so we have to have this conversation with the auditor, because if any other county department has a similar, it may not be wood, but let's say it's something similar. If we start setting precedent for, we do it for one employee, then we have to start doing it, so we need to make sure that we don't do anything that sets a precedent.
How are we compensating Adam for concessions?
He pays us a percentage.
So he's collecting all the money, then he's just giving us.
we got a percentage.
So I don't know why we couldn't do it the same way. That's what I was saying. If we just
The
split it
problem
half-
with that, and I think Dennison made this point, is that you're having Tony handle the sales, and I don't trust that we would see the correct numbers coming back if he was the only one involved in that.
And we have to be, it has to be accountable through our software to show that we made those sales. Because there's no way to do that unless we're running it through the system.
Same way with the concession stand.
Well,
They run everything through the square system,
and that's what,
and then they, at the end of the day, that number is what he pays 15% on.
But Tony's getting paid via Venmo.
I'm not saying it's perfect, I just, regardless of who's doing it, we gotta figure a way to pay.
So
Legally.
I think we're kind of spinning our wheels at the moment.
Yeah.
My suggestion is we need to talk to the auditor first,
Yes.
and whatever she says, go.
well, I'm gonna tell you right now, I asked Rich, what did the lawyers say about all that originally?
Yeah.
We were talking about,
He
these
said,
guys,
whatever you guys do is
whatever
fine.
you guys do is fine.
Well,
Huh.
I'd rather have Pia tell us.
Right, I mean,
Here's what we're considering, tell us what
So-
you
And
said.
Rich, you could tell her what we've discussed, different options.
Yes.
to budget this up so we can move on, I think we're all in agreement that we need to track the cords.
Yes.
We need to know how many cords that we've sold.
I think we're in agreement that our host needs to be involved in sales.
Yes.
Track all that.
It's just, and we know how many, I think we need to pay them once, and we can base that off on how many bundles we sell at the end of the year. We just need to figure out what that bundle cost, and two, how we compensate him for all the bundles that are
So
sold.
step one would be find out what's the best method of paying him,
Yes,
and if it's per cord or.
I think we
profit
pretty
sharing.
much said $8 is
That
about.
gives Rich
going
the
rate.
information to actually have the conversation with Tony to say, hey, this is what we're proposing. Are you okay with that?
But
All right, let's
I
move on.
guarantee you Adam's collecting sales tax, so if it is a sales taxable event, we do not want anyone in the county to be accused of not paying sales tax, even though it's a nominal amount.
Right.
So we have to have a mechanism for that.
Well, if it's going through Square, that's easily doable.
we haven't been,
That's gonna be a requirement of the new position.
yes.
It's in the contract.
It is, it's in the contract, so we would be protected, we just have to do it right.
Okay, let's move on.
Okay, septic system news, I think I saw where,
Yeah, he's waiting for the snow, so we can go out there and he's gonna virtual and we're gonna walk through everything again.
but it
He
is,
is checking into lower rates on stuff to try to bring that 290 down.
I'm sorry.
The engineer from DLZ, he's looking into bringing that 290 down.
Okay,
And he's gonna meet with us out there again and,
hey, just let me know.
yeah, we're waiting for some of the snow.
Okay,
to publicly state, we are doing this.
Yes, we have the money.
It's just, we have the money,
I finally got the official word.
and it,
We split it with the commissioners.
okay. So, but we are moving forward with it. So we are going to address a state issue by doing that. That was my biggest concern, is I want a commitment to say we are doing this. Make sure that people know that we are moving forward with the project.
Yes.
That good. Okay, we talked about, I don't know if some of you were here, some of you weren't, we kind of talked about Wi-Fi at Dunn. Scott talked about that they're building a storage facility on 4-H Fairgrounds site,
Right across the street.
basically right across the street from Dunn, and they're seeing that as an opportunity to be able to get Wi-Fi over to our place. It's just a matter of the building being built and how they want to service Dunn. But they are thinking, and we kind of talked a little more, and he mentioned that somehow we might be able to get on the county security system as far as cameras and such. That would be beneficial to get alerted and noted that there's an issue. So there is some talk about Wi-Fi done and coverage. So we just, the building is, they had, you said that you got an area cut out.
Yeah, they're
So,
breaking
I mean,
ground.
it's gonna be built anytime, start being built, and it's basically a big giant pole barn, I think, with a little bit more fortification
Like
to it.
27,000 square feet.
So it's not gonna
It's
take
huge.
superhuman time to get it built. So it should be up and running, hopefully we'll see some, maybe at the end of the summer or fall, we might get something.
27,000 square feet.
Big boy.
Okay, and then, we talked a little bit briefly about the BMX track expansion. It basically boils down to a site survey for drainage. And hopefully they won't find too many issues for that moving forward. Okay, so, any other outstanding news or business or anything that we need to discuss tonight?
Just, I sent those pictures out. Kim, I'm sorry, I didn't send it to you.
I haven't had an opportunity to do
Sorry.
anything with them yet.
I planned a bunch of projects that we could do inside, kind of put them off. One, we're redoing the concession stand. It's been almost 10 years. So, they just finished Henry did the flooring for me. He does a great job with that stuff. Just put the last coat down. He's gotta put a clear coat on it once it dries totally. And then we'll start on.
Epoxy floor.
And, we went a little lighter color this year. But, we're redoing it. I purchased all new stainless steel countertops, caught them on sale on Amazon. So we're gonna, instead of having cabinets, we went stainless steel, which is better, which the health department got on us about anyway, but
It's much more sanitary.
much more sanitary. And we're gonna have more storage, cause we put like the racks up on them too, bought them too, so, we're doing that. We're gonna repaint in there, put 2 new lights in. We 3/4 of the way done with the women's bathroom painting it. They needed it. And they're also, we're slowly but surely moving into the west end of the parking lot, so it can drain off where they have all that drainage. So, we got snow where I don't want it.
Right near my
Is this
track.
a time that we revisit the percentage from the concession stands at this point? Does anybody have here we are spending money, to make the concession stands better. I mean, we're only getting 15%. I don't know if we stay with that, don't stay with that.
It did raise the rental fee a little.
I don't know if anybody, what was the actual total amount, Dave? You know what the actual total amount, well, you don't have to produce it today, but
For what?
for what actual
Adam
concessions?
made.
Pardon?
What Adam made or what we made?
What?
What we made off of Dunn,
Yes,
it was like 28,000
Yeah,
off the top of my head.
Was our 50%?
yes.
Yeah. But that's also rental too.
I know we need to do every.
I think it was right roughly around 28,000.
But part of that's just maintenance of that facility, and we own the facility, right? So,
We're talking, we're putting 5,000 into it. And it's been 10 years since we've done anything. So,
I think when I first joined, I had a lot of questions about that. One from an accountability standpoint, protecting us. I was worried about that because I didn't know. That was just a suspicion. But then I also got to thinking about how hard it would be to fill that position.
Right, oh, I totally
yeah.
get.
So I mean, so then I came around to think, well, it's not perfect.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, it'd be a nightmare trying to find someone to actually
Exactly.
manage that, then we manage, cause it just, so for me, I'm kinda like, plus we're coming off a year where Adam made less than the previous year because our numbers were down.
Right.
So I kinda feel like, my impression is he's doing a good job, so I don't see any reason why we give him a pay cut.
Okay. I didn't know if there's a time to revisit that.
I think Chuck's on the right page. We were at 12% for a long time, and with that, I think we raised it 3 years ago to 15%. I don't have a problem with 15% because I'm not out there doing the work.
Right.
Is he paying for the machines that he adds?
yeah,
We're not paying for the snow cone machine, we're not.
he bought that.
That's all on him.
He bought 2 of them.
We're sharing in that revenue.
Right.
Yeah, so we are sharing.
So I mean, for me, I'm good.
Okay, it was just I didn't say we had to,
No,
it's
it's
just bring
good.
it up with the session. So this is the time we'd have to adjust that contract.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna do.
The other thing it does, I sent you guys that pictures of those fencing. It's been a nightmare trying to set up the jigs and everything, but we have them all made. 34 for one field, for those 10-footers. And, all we have left to do is, we are gonna paint them black. You can probably see it in the picture of the back, that one was painted black. We're gonna paint them all black, we got the booth set up to do it. And, we're starting on that Monday. So, we're saving $6,000. Over $6,000.
Look good.
They do, and they're bigger than the ones you would get from the manufacturer, are inch to inch and a quarter. This is inch and a half, which is a little sturdier. And they're a little taller. But, that's that. They're not gonna be playing pickleball for a while.
How much you say our percentage was, or the income we got for the sessions?
28,
28?
Including rent.
including rent, yeah.
What's the rent, by the way?
The fields, when we rent them out for tournaments.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we went to 155 a weekend, or per field. This year, it was 150 last year. I'm gonna be raising it every year, so that when we do get turf, there's not gonna be a sticker shock.
Yeah, I like the idea of continuing to raise the fee.
Yeah, just $5 a year and maybe 10 and maybe more, but till we get it, cause we're gonna be charging $250 a field when we get turf.
Right.
That's the going rate.
We've got irrigation issues, we got needs, so that we can easily justify the increase.
So the, turf, we're waiting to hear back from this gentleman. He emailed us the stuff, it didn't come through. So we emailed him back and he hasn't emailed us back. And Leslie, I think you sent 2 or 3 emails for me.
Who's this?
It's a turf company out of Indianapolis. They do turf. I would read out to Mr. Bozeman, the company they got, the quality of what they're getting is mid-grade. What they got at Sierraland is low grade. What's at East is high grade. I don't know what they're getting at.
When did they do East?
2 years ago.
2 years ago, yeah. And the only problems they think they had over there is that a little bit of vegetation's coming up through the felt, yeah, the turf. But other than that, they haven't had any problems yet. Now, Sierraland, they use low grade and they just wanted to get it done cheap. I'm not mad at them. But there's certain things we can do to keep the wear and tear off the fields. And I've already been planning for that. So I've been doing my research. So I want turf like they have inside Nexus. I ain't gonna lie. That's top grade.
If we're gonna do it, I want to.
Just like the lights.
Yeah.
So the irrigation people that we use are gonna come look at that, but their people don't work in December, January, and parts of February. Most of them, they're high-tech guys, go to Florida and work down there those months.
Well, with the ground being frozen, I can understand.
Yeah, so, but they can come give us an estimate. So we're gonna have, one of the problems at Southside they ran into when they were, because they're not even ready to put turf down yet. Snow interrupted some of that, but, is they ran into irrigation problems. You can't have irrigation lines underneath the turf. And so they had to reroute everything. So that's part of what I'm bringing them in to do is say, hey, we're gonna be doing turf at some point. How do I block it off and all that?
Yeah,
So,
they can engineer the location of the sprinkle heads to.
well, the problem is that some of our main lines are running through our infield.
Right.
You gotta reroute those.
Yeah, we have to reroute them, so, but that's,
So we're waiting for field turf quotes, we're waiting for irrigation quotes, but we're working on getting them.
yeah, and the guy sent us a quote, he said he sent it, we never got it.
Shame on them if they don't follow up. Okay, anything else you can think, I'll just go through the parks and you can fill in. Anderson Falls, right now, we just don't have anything at this point.
No,
Daly,
they got trashed
no.
2 weeks ago.
Okay. Clifford, no. Dunn, we talked about the field
Yeah.
irrigation and we shared about some of the improvements that you're doing at Dunn. E-Town, we just don't really have anything. Grammar, no. Heflin,
Azalea, we did pick up some trees down there,
okay.
I forgot to put that in there.
Heflin, we're moving forward with,
Yep.
getting somebody on board.
Yep.
Not healthy. Newton, we talked about just the shelter house, Owens Bend,
We locked the gate,
yeah.
because if not, they'll go down there and do stupid stuff.
Right. Petersville, we're status quo, Rock Creek the same, Wayne, the only thing I have with Wayne is,
The bid, I got a low bid,
that's storm debris, right?
$7,500 to just take those trees down and dispose of them.
So when are they supposed to do that?
I gotta run by through the commissioners.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
it's
that
better
is-
than the 15,
Is that gonna be paid for by insurance or that's beyond insurance?
that's beyond insurance.
Okay.
That's an act of God.
Does anybody have any other information for parks or things that they'd like to share just amongst the group?
So I don't recall, capital requests for this coming year, what we put in the budget. I'm being dead honest, I don't know what we put in, what we asked for,
Like for building or stuff like.
like, so, where I wanna see something done at Anderson Falls. I don't wanna wait on the master plan, I don't wanna wait, I mean, there's no reason for us not to have a proper bathroom there.
Okay.
So,
I thought you were going towards the bridge.
no, I think we need to get more serious about if we have sewer needs, if we have septic needs, if we have whatever needs to happen, we need a bundle for that. So if we're gonna have a proper bathroom that we have to shut off every year for winter and whatever it might be, I'm not okay with basically having a high-end porta potty. You know, we're better than that, you know, so for one of my things is, I wanna know how much would it cost for us to have a proper restroom out there like we have at County Stadium? How much and what's necessary, if for no other reason to have the number, so then we can start planning around.
Is there,
Right now, that's just like an outhouse, right?
Pardon me?
is there
There's no
sewer service
septic
that way?
I was gonna say, would we have to-
No, what it is a pit toilet.
It's a bit,
Yeah.
And I don't know what we're gonna get into for it. If you do a septic system, you gotta do a perk test, all that stuff. They make modern looking pit toilets.
right,
Is that something that would be?
sure, I mean, and anything is better than what we have. now.
Right.
Let's put it this way, I think to Chuck's point, and I totally agree, and one of the things that I would talk to our master planner about when he talks to me is the infrastructure, the way it looks, parking lots, restrooms, fencing, all that stuff, all that impacts customers' satisfactions and things like that. For the restrooms, I'm okay with a good pit. Because the people that are gonna use it are gonna use the park, all they're gonna care about is what's above ground.
Right.
As long as we got something good underground and make that restroom look nice, have
Well,
nice amenities,
yeah.
that's what we need. So
When we,
a pit, a
They
modern
make,
pit toilet
they
that can be
make
empty.
modern pit toilets that you wouldn't know there's a pit toilet unless you
And
look.
then you just call someone to come out. and remove it. That's what we have now.
Right, but I mean, I'd like to see something more proper.
Right.
what,
Do we have something basically that's at Cutright at Monroe Lake? Is that basically what we have out there? I haven't been in the bathroom.
You mean at Anderson Falls?
Yeah.
You basically have a couple of holes in the ground with,
There's toilet seat, there's toilets.
there's toilets,
But it's just to an open pit.
it's,
lovely. Okay, when I went to Conner Prairie for 4th of July to concert, they had some really nice restrooms on trailers.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it ended up in the river.
We would as well, they have to be somehow locked down.
Well, the problem is, unless we put a well in, we won't have any water.
Right.
Well, so anyway, I'm getting us off track, we're tight on time. I
Okay,
guess what I'm
if we
saying-
wait just a second, this might be our guy. Call me back for the woods, so let's just. This is done. So,
Don't they make a modern?
yes, yes, sir, I'm actually, it's kind of wild that you called me, because I'm sitting right now at our county parks board meeting as we talk about our wood situation, so.
Right.
If I can just get
cheats.
So our Heflin Park is
They're real
on
good.
the north
You see them at a lot of events, like concerts and things like that.
Bartholomew County, it's
But they
basically
leave water.
somewhat right across the county. It kind of sits right along the Driftwood River.
If we could just, like you were talking about. if we could
So
just get a proper-
we've
Yeah.
sold wood there at
Clean
this
that.
campsite before.
We can build the infrastructure.
Kind of like hand post or.
Yes, we might have to dig a well, we might have to, whatever, to get water, I don't know, but
Stacked it.
my point is, we need a plan for that.
Because I don't think we could ever put a
That
septic.
person's may not.
But that's a whole different ballgame.
But that's okay, cause I like Dave's idea and Brian's, like,
So we have
just-
lots of trees. on
today's
site,
technology, they have ways for us
ash
to
trees
remove
and
that
things like
waste.
glass
So then
and
let's just
things.
design a nice bathroom that has,
Take them off.
To dig a well, is probably not that expensive, because
So we were trying to
I would
figure
want
out
water in
what
there.
it would
Pretty close to
cost to
water.
have someone come in and,
Wash your hands.
you know,
Right, I don't think we have to go very far.
split,
so
stack,
that's where I'm coming from,
you
so
know,
I would like to see
time,
that, us
woods
have-
for what that.
this is what we
costs
wanna do with that
on
bathroom.
site.
for this coming year. And we may not have the money to do it, but at least we know what it costs and what our plan is. I don't wanna wait on the master
Yeah.
plan for
Yeah,
that.
because the monies I have in my building supplies this year, I cut it in half. But I still got quite a bit in there.
Okay.
Probably almost enough to do with.
And what was your name?
This
I'm
way,
sorry.
even if you don't do it this year,
Kitty, all right.
look forward to doing
At
it,
least we know how
there's some
much.
cost, it'll help.
It's just like having, I mean, we knew we had to do something with sewer. We got
Oh,
the
that's
plan
fine.
in place, the
Yeah.
numbers. We finally got what we needed to move forward on that project. The garage that we
Okay.
did, you know.
And that sounds good,
This is
and
one of those
you're not
things.
right. So, all right, yeah, I'll shoot you text and we'll get it together. We're, like I said, we open up mid-April. And we're all
It's
the
like-
way into.
I tell my wife,
That first weekend in November. So we're trying to have something like that, just because I have everybody here.
It's the same thing. Go to
I'm not putting you on.
The restroom's
spot,
trash,
but-
you're not gonna care.
Thumbnail,
If
all
the
right.
restroom's nice and clean,
Okay, that's fine.
care a little bit more about
We'll come up,
making
yeah,
a list.
we'll come up with something.
it's just human nature.
Can't get there now anyway, right now. So, okay, thank you, sir. I
Looks
appreciate
more
it.
professional,
All right, bye-bye.
So he,
better foot
So-
forward.
if you look at it,
Was in, but
and there.
Okay, what do we got?
What's the quickest?
there's nothing,
What we got?
he's not gonna, he needs to see it. I guess,
There's three different numbers.
so, anyway, any other park information?
That's it.
Okay, next board meeting is March 5th, 2026 here in our county council chambers. Any other further business?
I make a motion that.
We have a motion to adjourn,
Second.
second, Chuck. All right, 5:36. Thanks all.
Not